What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lyrical Resonance, where we believe that where words fail, music speaks. Super happy to have you with us. Today we are checking out the band Red and their song Cauterize, which is from their album Declaration. It's a super heavy album from them, and this is, I'm not too familiar with the song actually. I've only listened to the album maybe 2 or 3 times. Not that much. So I'm excited to dive into this. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get moving and have a lot of fun. Link to this lyric video will be in the description below. I'll also post a link to Red's own video. They didn't have a lyric video, so I figured I'd put this so we're not just staring at my face for, a few minutes. Here we go. Such a weird time signature.
That's fine, but sometimes the berry comes crawling back to you. I praise your price, you left your among my sacrifice. So been one where you can hide, to look away and blind me out. Shadow eyes when it plays, burn away the broken. I said I still believe, make the flame let it inside and cut her eyes out, cut innocence free son, but that's mine.
The delivery here in this sounds so pained and like there's like almost a holding back. So good.
When it plays, burn away the broken. I said I still believe, make the flame let it inside and cut her eyes out,
Gonna pause real quick. I'm not pausing a lot in this song, but holy cow, this song has got so much energy to it, man. And Michael Barnes, his voice, they've been doing music for a long time. The first time I ever heard of him was in 2008, and so they've been doing music for a long time, and he still has such a dynamite voice that hasn't lost a step. But I really like what I'm hearing in this song, man. That the orchestration behind him, the ridiculousness and the dirtiness of the guitars, man, they just sound filthy, and like, I don't know what that tuning is, but it sounds great. I'll get to the lyrics after we get through the rest of the song, but this is a lot of fun. It's an odd one to try and rock to because it's in that odd time signature. I think it's a 6/8, but I love that signature. It makes for such an interesting and like cinematic kind of song. Anyway, I've talked enough. Let's keep going.
when the dead horse take buried from the war that is raging.
Good grief, I'm sorry, but oh my gosh, that was... How does he get that kind of aggressive? Like, who peed in this dude's Cheerios and made him so mad? Like, oh my gosh, that just sounded so good. Now, that was a lot of fun. I like how they brought it down. Really nice.
1,000 scars retaining all words, another one.
Beautiful delivery.
At least they make me feel like I'm not the only one.
ending though, that was nuts. Oh, that was such an angry, brutal, oh, just so good. Very well done. Well done, guys. Love that. So I'm going through, somebody actually put the comments, or in the comments on Red's video, they put the lyrics, which I'm super happy about because I like lyrics. But anyway, this was such a good song, man. The aggression in it's amazing. The emotion, that's something that Michael Barnes does tremendously well, is convey just layers and layers of emotion and depth into his delivery vocally, and that's so true in this song. Like, it's just so powerful. And real quick, this song was requested by Bryce Stover. So Bryce, thank you, my friend. Great song, super, super good. This was awesome. Red has this ability to write music that is both super aggressive and very beautifully melodic. And they actually have an entire album that kind of encapsulates that, called Of Beauty and Rage, which is amazing. And this song is another really great example of their ability to do that, especially when it got to that bridge where they brought it down and it was real calm and soft and very somber. And it's there where he said, 1,000 scars betray me, what's another one? And I'm just, oh man, that hits so hard. This song just hits in a way you don't expect it to, and that's a line that I feel. Now, a little history about me is I used to self-harm. I used to cut a lot, and I don't talk about it a whole lot. I don't deny it, but I'm not super open about it either. And so when I hear 1,000 scars betray me, what's another one? It's that kind of mentality is very easy to fall into, and it's difficult to get out of. And it's interesting, like, he's got the line, the innocence you pretend that's mine, the proof of you is written on my skin. And I said it in the verse, he's got this like strained delivery, like he's struggling to get through this, or like he's trying to be defiant, but man, I it's almost uncertain. And the proof of you is written on my skin. That's ties right into what's another scar, you know. And I find this really interesting. So if you don't know what cauterizing is, it's where they take and they will basically burn an incision to keep it from bleeding. And so if we're thinking about this as I'm cauterizing you, then I take that as I'm cutting this relationship off. I'm burning the bridge, letting it die. It needs to be done. And sometimes that's the best thing we can do, is to cut people out. And I don't mean that as in don't let people help you. You need people. Nobody is meant to get through this life on their own. We need people that we can walk alongside and be honest with. I have, aside from my wife, I have about 4 or 5 friends that I consider to be very close, that I could go to with anything and know that 1, they're going to tell me the truth, 2, they're going to help me, and 3, they're not going to turn their back on me. They're there. Solid group of friends, and we need that. But there are also people in our lives that don't do us any good. They are of no benefit to us whatsoever, and they're toxic, and they're the kind of people that we should effectively cauterize and get rid of and just let that relationship die. And it sounds super harsh to say that, but there are some people that just aren't good for us that we should just move on from. And so this is a really, really interesting song. Like the opening, one of the lines, when the dead won't stay buried, that was really interesting, hearing that, when the dead won't stay buried, because I take it, he follows it up with from the war that is raging. I take that as in the war that rages inside our head when we fight against our own thoughts, and we kind of get tossed around by the echo chamber of our mind. And when the dead doesn't stay buried, when we continue to fight this war, cauterize. And I love the concept of that. Just, don't block it out. You have to face stuff. You have to face who you are and your emotions. You have to face how you're feeling. And that's hard to say because I don't get emotion very well. Like I struggle to understand emotion. But hearing that's that kind of visceral imagery of cauterize it. Take those things that bother you and cauterize them. Cut it off and say, okay, here, we're going to face this head on. We're going to tackle it. And I'm going to basically cut off your access to this painful part. And again, I'm not saying bury it. I'm saying, no, face it directly, because when you face it directly, you actually treat it. It's when we bury things and we shove them down and we don't ignore them that it becomes worse, like a festering sore. It's when we face it head on and acknowledge, this hurts. I hurt and I don't like it. It's when we do that we can actually move on and find some semblance of peace. This was really, really good. Man, what a good song. So Red, Cauterize. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10 because it was just that good. One, it's got the 6/8 time signature, which I love. Two, musically, it was phenomenal. And there's a really fine balance between beauty and rage, and I love that about Red because that seems to be their lane, their niche. So anyway, that was really good. Bryce Stover, thank you again for recommending this song. Really, really well done. I love this song. Anyway, what did you think of it? Did you like it a lot or did you hate it? Would you give it a 1 or a 10? I want to know. And I thank you again for tuning in to Lyrical Resonance, where we believe that where words fail, music speaks. And this was a really good example of music speaking for people. But anyway, link to this video is going to be in the description below. If you liked my take on it, like this video and share it with somebody and subscribe to the channel so that way we can continue to grow, because I have fun doing this. Anyway, that's going to do it for our video. I'm going to stop talking and get out of here and probably go to bed. Anyway, until our next one, thank you for taking the time to watch. I'll see you guys soon, but until then, as always, stay safe and be blessed. See you around.